Thank you. Once upon a time, libraries were shushy places. Shh. Seriously, shh. And the chairs were all hard, and computers were slow, and shelves were crammed tight, and meetings were no-go, and no one could drink any coffee. And the lighting was dim, and the hours were grim, and the people said that the book was dead, and the library's mission was lost in translation. Warehouses for books inspired few looks, and there were no zombie proms in the library. But the world changed, and libraries evolved. Come on. But public libraries were still free to all. And the people asked for new resources, and the people cried out for new technology, and the people wanted to meet together, and the people needed help and instruction, and the people craved lifelong learning, and the people really wanted to do cool stuff like cane chairs and slam poetry and watch TEDx. And the people also really wanted to do crazy stuff like duct tape fashion shows and zombie proms and speed dating in the stacks. So the people sought out a third space, a social space, where all this could happen. And that's when libraries reinvented themselves. Of course, we kept all the traditional services, but we added online access for people to use, Wi-Fi to help people connect, outreach for people who could not come to us, computer training for people just starting out, digital libraries for people to access from work, school, and home, non-traditional programs for people to enjoy, rooms for people to hold their meetings. And now there's a lot on this list about people. And the library exists for the people. But how do we know what the people really want? Well, we asked. We joined the National Geek the Library campaign. Thank you very much, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And they've been messing with the English language, redefining the word geek, and looking at things in a whole new way. So instead of telling you what we offer, which is an awful lot, we're trying to find out what you need, where we can intersect with what you want, what you like to do, what you're looking for. So what do you geek? We ask people at Geek Weeks throughout the library system, all during 2012. We asked them in libraries, we asked them at fairs, festivals, schools, retirement centers, and community events. Whatever you geek, the library has something for you. The library can support your interests with resources, services, and programs that can enrich, enhance, enlighten, enable, inspire, and ultimately transform you. So what do you geek? Most people tend to see the library through the lens of their past experience. And that perception can be frozen in time. But we've moved on. We've changed. We Geek Library 2.0. We've got downloads, outreach, crazy classes and programs, maybe pole dancing, gaming, manga, anime, graphic novels, indie films, content creation, aggressive preservation and digitization, local history, and meeting spaces. And let me tell you, we don't judge. We don't care if you geek tattoos, baby care, home decor, philosophy, or haunted Louisiana, or you just want to do your homework or get an answer to a question. Of course we'll loan you books and DVDs and Blu-rays and audiobooks and music. We'll let you download books and music and magazines. We'll enroll you in online courses. We'll capture your oral history and family memories. We'll stream the opera, dance, and indie films for you. And we'll help you figure out which e-reader to buy and how to use it once he gets it. Boy, that's a mystery. We'll create content guides and local content. We'll offer free classes on everything from computer skills to cactus, from chess and checkers to Halo gaming tournaments, from career development to retirement planning, from doctors on call to Dr. Seuss, and from vintage dancing to the zombie prom. We'll help you in person, on the phone, online, via chat, text, instant messaging, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, blogs, and RSS feeds. And the mobile library will hunt you down and find you wherever you are. Because we geek activity. The library provides access. The library means business. The library makes connection. The library builds communities. And libraries change lives. But they're not just buildings. There are the services and the programs that emanate from the building. And we're sure we've got really good stuff, but we're really concerned that so many Americans are basically leaving money on the table by not using your public libraries. And we think it's that old perception thing, whether you're digging the library in the black and white movie with my good friend Marion the librarian, love her, but she's dead. Or you bought that whole, if it's free, it's not worth anything. Let me tell you, it's free to you, and we want you to use us. So again, while you were maturing and growing, so were we. But we have to now rethink what we're doing with our buildings. We need activated spaces. Remember, there's no more shushing. Spaces that serve more than one purpose. Spaces that can change over time. So we're thinking about things like bookstore-style merchandising, say that 5 times fast, bringing the shelving heights down, comfortable and varieties of seating, technology on steroids, self-check machines, automated materials handling, we've got RFID, activity spaces for every group, meeting rooms out the wazoo, conference rooms, collaborative study spaces, concierge stations, and even drive-through pickup windows. Now, to do this, we geek planning. Designing the library of the future is no easy task. We've been getting your input, and we've been applying it to the last 4 building projects that we've been working on. And in fact, our replacement River Center Branch Library is entering design phase now, schematic design now. It's ideally positioned at the heart of downtown. We can take advantage of a beautiful and revitalized urban space. It's important for this new library to mesh with the quality and the activated character of all of its neighbors, but we have to think what we're going to do with that space. So we're taking the best features of libraries, the trustworthiness, our authority, not just the books, and we're mixing it in with the interactive nature of museums, the browsable nature of bookstores, the bustle and activity of neighborhood community centers, the casual connectivity of internet cafes, and we're synthesizing it with the very best attributes of the student union, the village green, and your very own living room. So, we geek green design, energy use, efficiency, sustainability, and even LEED certification. It makes sense because the building is really just a giant piece of equipment. Might as well make the best piece of equipment you can. Saves money over time, makes a happier building, healthier staff, happier patrons. Just makes sense. But we also geek technology. And I said technology on steroids, and I mean it. Whatever we think we need, don't just double it, don't just triple it. Let's times 10, because we have no idea what things are going to be happening. The book is still the brand, and people are still publishing books, but we have all these other things coming at us now. It's kind of like you make new friends, but keep the old. We haven't thrown out the book, but we're bringing in so many other things, and they need bandwidth. The new libraries that we're building are not going to be boxes of books, but they're not just going to be cold technology superstores, because libraries are ultimately for people. That means we have to geek options, because people are different. They're tall and they're small. They need different things at different times of their life and at different times of the day. In the medieval pictures, or when you see a brass drubbing and you see the children, they're just tiny little versions of the adults. And their furniture is a tiny little version of adult furniture. It's not going to be like that in our new libraries. Children are different from tweens, tweens are different from teens, teens are different from adults, and then our seniors need special consideration. It's not all traditional library furniture as you might have grown up. This is not your grandmother's library. There's no more shushing. The library has to be cool enough and, in fact, radical enough for our teens and our tweens. But it still needs to offer quiet sanctuary to those who need it. We need a popular reading library, but we need depth and breadth of research. We have to have spaces for casual browsing, and we have to have collaborative spaces for school and work and leisure activities. We have to have high-use areas and calm areas, places for thoughtful discovery and exploration. And of course, meeting rooms, because the more we find technology entering our life, the more we see that people seek out other people, and we need social spaces. This downtown library is ideally situated with spectacular views, and you can believe that we're going to take advantage of them. Perhaps with the rooftop terrace, you can bring your coffee up there from the cafe or the vending on the first floor. You can chill as you look over the mighty Mississippi. How nice is that? There's going to be traditional as well as non-traditional activities because we geek function. The plan for this downtown library is to design from the inside out, using the building block method. So we thought about all the things that we wanted in it, and then we assigned them spaces and starting building up from there. Now we still geek the books, but we're geeking business, we're geeking entrepreneurs, we're adding a business center with satellite offices so that businessmen coming in from the outlying areas will have a place to land in between meetings. Or if they're a visitor coming in for a convention, they'll have a home away from home. We geek community information, reference and referral. We do that all the time. But in the downtown urban library, we're perhaps going to put an extra highlight on the community information database with a special reference and referral center. Maybe there'll be a caseworker assigned there or volunteers from local service organizations to help people as they come in and seek guidance. We geek teens. Oh, we geek our teens. That's our future. And it's great that they still come to the library. But they need special spaces, activity spaces. And we're going to give them a teen technology suite. We're going to give them film, green screen, recording studio, music studio, collaborative study rooms, and even spaces for large-scale projects. Perhaps there's a space in there for their mentor to come and work with them. We geek lifelong learning. Since the library is your university without walls, you need spaces to come and collaborate with others or just do self-directed learning. So the new library will have different kinds of spaces for that. Whether you're Skyping in or sending something out, we'll be able to accommodate you. And one of the new things is the Makerspace, because we geek Makerspaces. We already offer thousands of free programs a year, but now we're going to brand it. We're building a space in the new downtown library strictly for content creation. And what kind of content is up to you. You're going to make it, design it, build it, share it, patent it, teach it. Whether it's graphic, 3D printing, technology co-ops, music and film, and even video game production, or more traditional arts. We've already rolled out successful programs with a portable digital lab, but the new Makerspace will brand the library as a space to enable yourself to reach new things, create, produce, and collaborate. So we geek high tech, whether it's robots, big ones, tiny bristle bots, model engines, computers, films and animations, digital music and sound effects, even bringing it back to the book with fancy printers. We geek low tech, whether it's photography or film, jewelry and soldering, book publishing, bicycle repair. We geek no tech, art, textiles, calligraphy, paper arts, and scrapbooking, even something as simple as a button-making machine. And our newest friend, we geek Timmy. It's the newest addition to the library family, our 3D printer. They've named him Timmy, and he's already started making interesting objects for me. The 3D scanner and the replicator is coming soon. So we geek the future. Author Betsy Carter said, the minute I step into a library, everything is possible. So our buildings have to accommodate the possible, the future needs. We're designing for the present and planning for the future, including the needs of people who aren't yet born. So that's why we're adding the plugs in the ceiling and the space for the transporter room. One day, once upon a time, people thought that libraries were shushy places. They were wrong, because libraries are for people. The end. Thank you.